Face crack, runway game is on. Drag race is the truth. Bruno sue me for this parody. You read it, the cringes. You read it well, the cringe is real. Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Sam Cremian from The Cringe is Real.
And it's Jean Lizza from You Read It Well.
Hi, Jean.
How you going? Jinx.
Jinx. Oh, look, what a wild ride this season has been. How are you feeling?
I'm quite like enjoying the chaos of Global All Stars. Like I get there's a lot of hate out there, but like I'm quite enjoying it and seeing a lot of people do some pretty weird and interesting shit. I mean, it's pretty high standards, you know. I think they keep. I feel like people aren't realizing that, you know, like how high the standards are.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm forgetting.
I'm enjoying the hate, to be honest. I think you know me. I'm a sucker for all this stuff. When the fandom gets riled up, I'm right there with the popcorn. Like, honestly, I've been watching some fan clips this week, and everyone's like, "This season's done." I saw someone on Reddit be like, I've just cancelled my Wow Presents Plus subscription after the roast episode. Like, literally, like the fans are rioting. And I'm like, okay, guys, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. It's a television program.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's strange. It's like there's only hate. It's like a really weird time.
I also don't really know what people were expecting. Like, because this whole season still feels like a fan fiction in that accidentally became real, right? Like, you've got all these cast members, and only the hardcore fans are going to know of all of them.
Sure.
Like, even you and I didn't even know all these people coming into it. And of course there's going to be, like, you've got a super icon in Alyssa, and then the Ru girls that Ru knows. I kind of feel like it was to be expected that they were going to get some sort of preferential treatment. The way that's playing out, though, people seem to be mad about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see now that we're sort of like the 7-8 episodes in. Like, I feel like it's. I mean, I feel like they're sort of living up to their spots for the most part. You know, while earlier on in the season it was like maybe they are being really. It's like I think they're writing enough story to be like, okay, yeah, like I can totally see why these people are in the top. But it's also like I'm all the people who landed in the bottom. I'm like, these are all really good queens. Yes. It was really strange, you know. Like, you go, oh, that's a really good queen right there. Like, you know, damn, you know.
I think Vanity, Nelly, and Tessa have secured Ru's attention, and I think those are the three that, like, Ru is watching for whatever reason and is quite into. And unfortunately for the rest, do you know what, with Pythia, I was not surprised that RuPaul didn't vibe with Pythia, because I don't think Pythia is good television. I think she's an incredible artist, in a way that other people on this show are not. And we'll get into it in the episodes. Some of these looks she's delivered these last two episodes were some of my favorite looks of all time.
Incredible.
And yeah, she unfortunately just doesn't do all of those kiss ass things that RuPaul loves, which, like, Kitty and Queen, like, have got down.
Yeah, like it's that sort of like instant catchphrase ability or something. Just that sort of like sass and like
bit of riz, silly jokes,
and that kind of inner
confidence.
Truth. Yeah. She isn't that queen. Absolutely not. You know.
We'll get into that later, but before then, in Drag Race news this week, Jane, we've had the Thailand season 3 Meet the Queens come out. Did you watch that one?
No, I would
No.
love to check it out.
Go have a look. I was impressed. There's some
Mm.
really good queens, some of who I recognized from when I was in Bangkok last month, just at the gay
Cool.
bars. I was like, oh my God, I
Wow.
remember her. There's this one
Wow.
girl who covered herself in water. That was very fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Did you watch UK season 6 premiere?
No, I'm
Oh, you
saving
haven't yet?
for my friend, but I'm extremely excited, and things are already being spoiled for me left, right, and center.
Oh,
So,
well,
like,
I'll save you any further spoilers, but all I will say is that it is the the comparisons that you can't help but make between the UK cast and this Global All Stars cast. Unfortunately, it's just leaving me wanting more.
really,
Yeah, because you know how good Drag Race UK is in terms of these big characters. It's
hmm
really what I'm missing from Global. Like
yes,
everyone is like so funny, and they've just they're and delusional and just all of that fun stuff.
mm.
It's taking me back to like early OG Drag Race seasons, but fantastic cast. And we have to shout out Saki Yu from Melbourne, who's made it on the
Yes, I
show.
saw that. That's pretty exciting stuff. That's really cool. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch UK because they just, I think they're the best among the best producers of the Drag Race franchise out there. Them in Canada, I guess, have done some
Yeah.
really great work.
Yeah, for
Such
very
good work.
different reasons, but
Yeah.
yeah. And also, since we last spoke, Jean, Wow and Stan dropped a little sneaky Drag Race Down Under coming soon question mark pic. But all it was like a picture of a pink dollhouse, and it
Yeah.
said coming before the end of the year. To which I say, no shit.
Yeah, I guess. Is it premiering on Christmas Eve? Like what?
It's New Year's Day, like 11:59. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I guess they're just letting us know it is coming, but wow, that was shot like at the start of the year.
It must be excruciating for this cast.
Oh, they must just be
waiting.
gagging to get
Yeah,
on
they
with it.
they must have done all their prep, all ready to go, and you're just sitting. It's terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
Anyway, Jane, I feel like we are spoiled this week because we've got not only Snatch Game but a roast to talk about. So, and these are my two favorite challenges.
Very difficult challenges, very cool challenges. When people conquer them, they're like literally the best, and when you fail, it's literally the worst.
Yeah, it's a star-making opportunity.
Yes.
Look, you either take that and run with it or you don't. And to that I say, yeah, sorry about it for those that weren't able to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's bloody hard. It's hard to like just think on your feet like that, and roasting it doesn't make sense in some.
And in Italy, we don't have a roast.
What a load! I mean, not officially. They don't have a thing called a roast, you know.
Oh my God, so funny. Shall we get into it?
Let's go.
Let's go. So episode 7 was the Snatch Game of Love. Everybody say love. We started backstage after the elimination. Queen being very motherly towards Soa, who has just left us. Which, yeah, that takes me back 2 weeks ago when we just said bye to Soa. Then we get a room mail, and there's something about a Dirty Sanchez in there, and Queen's like, is this challenge going to be an orgy? Hello. RuPaul enters the workroom, and we get a mini challenge with some thirst trap quick drag. Now, Jane, remind me, are you a quick drag apologist?
No, it's mainly terrible. But sometimes some of these girls can just pull it together, you know, can't they? And they just create like an amazing face, or do the other opposite, which is just a mess.
Yeah.
There's only really 2 options.
I know. This one was sponsored by a dating app that I've never heard of called Archer, which I was like, do we really need another one?
The answer's no.
No. And they like tried to do this whole like swipe left, swipe right thing
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah. It was
The
fine.
the minis on this season have not been good. Not gonna lie.
Mini challenges have been struggling
Mm.
worldwide. I think for a
Worldwide, it's a
while.
worldwide issue. I didn't mind the plane last week when we had the
I liked the plane.
because that was a real gaggy, like, make them look extra stupid.
Yeah, and that's fun. Who doesn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
see a
yeah,
drag queen
yeah.
doing that, Yeah, no, this was just like, all
Uh,
right, like, there's got to be other things. There's got to be other things
yeah.
that they could do.
Tessa T has a lot of inflatable outfits. How are you feeling about those? She whips one out for this.
I guess they were like easy to like pack down in her like and just knowing that they're ones that are more like sort of throwaway in the workroom,
Mm,
not for the runway. I mean, she's just hilarious. What I
that-
like is she just commits
yeah.
to whatever it is. So if it's a cow, she's doing the cow.
Oh, if anyone else wore an inflatable look on this show, people would be like, what the actual fuck? But it's so on brand for Tessa T. I'm
I love
here.
Tessa. I
Oh,
love Tessa
she's
T.
heaven.
Yeah.
Nelenia, of course, is real creepy. She makes this terrifying character up that's like a stalker.
That's right. Which sort of really rings true.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah. And then it cuts to Queen Kong in confessional being like, oh, well, yes, this is exactly what Nelenia's like when the cameras are off. And I was like, oh, bitch.
Oh,
Um,
Queen.
Gala looked legit hot. I
Yeah.
was like, she just,
Gala?
yeah. She's
Gala.
hot. Gala.
Gala.
Gala's
Yeah.
gonna gala, and oof, what a
Mm.
sexy individual.
Mm.
Queen looks like Carla from Bankstown
Yeah.
in this sort of like juicy tour moment.
Yeah. That's
I
true.
was like, she's coming for Carla. Um, yeah, and this is when I'm like, Pathia, she's just not made for telly. Like in the quick drag context, she's not quick. And she's not funny. She's very creative. When she's been given time and parameters, she's very good at like taking the brief and thinking outside the box with the brief. But in a quick go be silly, be funny, not so good. Don't you think?
She's pretty art school, I think. Like, and I think
Yeah.
that's kind of her discipline. That's her area. Like just and like some people just come up in like the club scene of hosting, like being quick on your feet, like backstage, like banter, like if you've been around old school drag queens, they've served shade to you immediately, and it's like so I just don't know that she's had those quite the same. She has that feel that she's like in her bedroom a lot, maybe like working out these looks.
Side
These
note,
intricate, amazing
do you know
looks.
what drove me insane? Kitty Scott Claus mispronouncing Pythia. She kept saying Pythia the whole time till the very end. She mispronounced it. Literally, my OCD thing. I was like, you are literally hearing everyone else say this. Like,
she's like, I'm English. This is how we say it.
Pythia. I was like, it made me gag every time. Anyone else, or am I just losing it over here?
Well, I noticed in the roast that like Alyssa Edwards didn't say anyone's name properly, which
I don't think she knows them.
I think she knows
no idea.
Names. She's like,
she's like, oh, she's like, Miss Germany over here. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Back to this mini challenge. Vanity comes out looking like a cock destroyer. Which I was into. I'm so up and down with Vanity because she keeps getting this edit where it's like, I've given up, but then she just keeps slaying. So I'm like, which one is it, bitch? It's very Scandi, not gonna lie.
It's like, can you be happy about anything, girl? Like, no, I agree. It's like fully running hot and cold. Like, and maybe that's just her anxiety and how it's playing out. But yeah, like she keeps. I find her quite charming and has done a lot of interesting stuff. Has she been the best at everything? No, but like. No. It's an interesting edit, just definitely.
I see a lot of myself in her actually, because you can tell she's one of those people. She's got high standards for herself and everyone else, and then when they're not met, she's a little bit agitated. But when she's good, she's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Gala wins this one and a cash tip. And then we're on to bloody Snatch Game, which I was
So it's like,
like,
oh, Snatch.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is my favorite bit in the Snatch Game episode where they're all sitting around. They've all got a wig and like some other shitty prop. And you're like, who is everyone going to do? What did you think of these choices?
There was some, I think, some really solid choices and really
like Tatiana choices.
and then there was some
choices. Yeah.
I think, playing to your strengths is just so key in Snatch Game.
Yeah.
And some of them were just like, this is really hard. Like, this is a really hard person that you have chosen, to try and do this thing.
I feel like with confidence, it split the room. Like you had Kitty telling us that I've got this in the fucking bag.
Mhm.
This is my thing. She already knew it was hers to lose.
Yeah.
And then you had Gala on the other end of that going, like, not only am I ESL, but even when I did this in Spanish, I wasn't very good at it. So I think she kind of knew what was going to happen, unfortunately.
It's nerve-wracking stuff. It's really hard. Snatch Game, and then I think even harder with Snatch Game of Love because I don't think you can bounce as easily between the
I hate Snatch Game of Love in this way because they rob us of seeing everyone interact with everyone.
I know.
It kind of bums me out. And then also, I don't like that the suitors pick someone as a winner.
Yeah.
Does that shit you as well? Because I'm like, they didn't
no one wins.
No one really wins. It's much funnier in OG Snatch Game when RuPaul says something dumb at the end, like, and the winner is, no one. This was terrible or whatever. But when it's fucking like someone picking someone and then you're like, hang on, did they win? Or not? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah. And I guess they didn't, but like they didn't actually win.
But I appreciate it's the All-Stars format, so we have to do it. Ru is back in the workroom straight away. She's left 2 seconds ago. She's already back to check out what everyone's doing. She starts with Tessa, Queen, and Nelly. Now, this is when we get Tessa telling us she's doing Suzanne Barch, which is so crazy because she's having a moment at the moment. Did you see the Jean Smart SNL?
Oh, yeah, that's clip? Right. Yeah.
Just recently, I was like, wow, everyone's talking about Suzanne Barch. Good amazing choice, I thought.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it seemed like a solid choice and something that she could lean into.
Yeah, lean into your culture, but then also it's like someone well-known and like camp. Like you want to pick like a fabulous woman that you can just be like really extra with.
Yeah, and so it doesn't really matter what you say, because you can say something quite crazy and flamboyant and you'd believe it.
Yeah. Queen tells us she's got The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or as friend of the pod Michelle Brazier would say, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And then she says, I've also got a more challenging character. And when this happened, I was like, bitch, I see you. Well done. But
well played.
Well played. It's a bit kiss ass and calculated, but you've got to do this shit. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. She's like, I'm going to surprise you all.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to do Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I kind of wanted that too, but in Down Under, remember she did Nene Leakes and her American accent, not great.
Yeah. It's hard.
And also because you're performing to an American.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I love because she does a lot of Dwayne The Rock Johnson jokes. And the resemblance is uncanny. She would have killed it. But instead we got King Schlong, which was very clever, but also very stupid. What do you think?
So stupid. But it was, I wasn't worried about queen.
No.
You know, like she just like whatever character's in, she's just gonna bounce with it and go with it. So you know, if that's what she wanted to do, then
yeah,
you know,
it was smart to do the surprise reveal.
I think so.
Alyssa was thinking Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley.
Which I was like, okay, cool. You just get to talk about guns. Yeah. What do you think was a smart choice for her?
I mean, like it's definitely in her wheelhouse. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she can do it. But isn't there someone, I don't know. I feel like there's someone more fabulous that I just want that. I think the problem with Alyssa is this, is
Mm-hmm.
like her goldenest moments, apart from when she delivers on runway, is shit that she just says
Yeah.
either in confessional or in the workroom.
She's
These are
accidentally funny. She's not
when she's
yeah.
accidentally insane,
And
you
I
know?
keep forgetting that. I keep thinking, oh, she's the comedy queen. No, she's a fucking pageant dancer look queen. She's accidentally funny. And she sucks
She's
at acting.
actually she's so like such a poised and brilliant pageant queen. But yeah, it's not her. So you can understand why she would stay within something that she can sort of work with, and confidence is key. And I think in both of these episodes that we talk about, Alyssa Edwards just confidences her way through. And it's a key skill to being a drag queen, I think, is to just deliver it like it's the fucking funniest thing you've ever heard.
Absolutely. Oh my God. So now we need to talk about this. Fucking made me laugh so much. RuPaul being like to Vanity, oh, so you're going to do the Swedish chef? Jane, I fucking, and it's so funny because the week before,
Oh my
everyone was
God.
making, so like Margarita Pizza already like broke the internet with people just being
Yes.
like, this is so fucking stupid. And then
Yes.
there was all these memes of people saying, just you watch next week, Rue's going to be like, Gala, have you thought about doing Speedy Gonzalez? That's your character. And then when she came out with the Swedish chef, in all sincerity, I was like, the fucking Speedy Gonzalez meme is like not that far off the truth.
No. She's only got like
Shameless.
10 references, and they're all from Warner Brothers cartoons. Like, what can you say that?
Can you imagine if Vanity did the fucking Swedish chef?
She's got to go back to Sweden. Like, it's
Exactly.
insane.
It's actually so insulting and so ridiculous. Like to
You
the
know, she
point
could
where
have.
it is fucking funny.
Yeah. You know, thinking about it now, she would have done a good Bjorn Borg. If we're going to do someone Swedish, you know who that is? The tennis player?
with the undies.
And then, like, no one knows anything about him. So then you could have been whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which I always love doing.
Well, as a Eurovision fan, you know I was gagged when she picked Lorraine. So I was very happy.
Totally.
But then I was thinking, not everyone's going to know who that is. But it's good timing because she just, won again so recently.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. Yeah, so we get Gala. Oh, I've forgotten the name of Gala's character.
So have I. And I just
Speedy Gonzalez. I know.
Speedy
I haven't
Gonzalez.
written it down, but she was perfecting the accent for that. RuPaul does the worst Lady Di impression I've ever seen in my life to Kitty, which is when I saw that, I was like, Kitty's won. Because if Ru thinks that is a good Lady Di impression, she literally was just like, hello, I'm Lady Di. I was like, fuck, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Then Ru says to Pathia, are you considered funny amongst your friends?
Oh my God.
And Pathia's, which
question.
if you get asked that question, it means I'm telling you you're not funny.
Oh,
and then Pathia's like, I wouldn't say I'm the most funny, but blah, 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 blah. And she just, doesn't think. So what was she gonna do? I can't remember.
I can't remember either, which is why. Like, I feel like I just saw this. She had that other character that she was going to do, and then that got shelved.
This bit really annoyed me when Pathia was like, oh, I didn't realize you could do mythical characters. I'm like, bitch, have you seen this show before?
Maybe she fast forwards through.
Maybe. Did you not see Trinity the Truck? Like,
Yeah.
slay as like the gay devil. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just kind of like she's always got an excuse or something. And it sounds
Okay,
like I'm
that's
hating.
interesting.
Sounds like I'm hating on her this ep, but I love her. I just
Mm,
didn't like her being like, "Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to do myth." It's like, wherever the fuck she
mm.
pulled this outfit from, though,
Yeah.
because she
Yeah. Did she
claims
just make it?
well, she claims that she didn't have that look, and then all of a sudden there it is, which I'm like, what? The muscle
Well,
suit?
maybe there was some shenanigans,
Uh,
and
uh, uh.
maybe she had two looks because she's Pythia, and like and they just wrote
Yeah.
something where it's like,
True,
I'm
true.
choosing this it could be, I don't know. So it seems like it's like Rue's advice.
Mhm.
This is very deep conspiracy stuff, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
it is really TV.
So we don't have any Drag Race España contestants, but this week the judges are Los Javis from Drag Race
Mm,
España. Do you like the boys?
España. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool.
Yeah, they're
They've
very
got good
cute.
chemistry.
I'm
Yep,
really
I like
glad
them.
they got to be a part of the show,
They're not
actually.
annoying at all, actually. Like,
No,
like how some people who come on, some people who remain nameless, and
some
you're just
people,
like,
Matt Rogers, is that who?
some people from Los Culturista podcast who isn't Bone Yang.
Oh, Bowen Yang can come back anytime. Oh my god,
Anytime.
did you see Bowen Yang as Mudeng?
That was
I
that was
am still deceased from that. And Charlie, oh, like
yeah,
Bowen is just the funniest human
so
that's
good,
ever
so
existed.
good.
But yeah, Matt Rogers, we don't need her. I'm sorry, girl. Where the fuck are we? The Snatch Game. So the first group,
Sure.
they get
Okay.
the hotter of the two Javis. And look, those are just facts. Don't fucking at me. We get Queen as King Schlong,
King Schlong.
Gala as the lovely person that Gala was.
We don't even have it written down. That's
I
how
don't. Princess Diana. And Nelenia as Valentino, which was such a good choice.
oh, she was great. The look was amazing, but it was
Yeah.
it kept her. It's within her wheelhouse, just like pouncing around being a fashion. That's great. You got
Yeah.
this, and she has proven in these 2 episodes she's fucking funny. She's fucking funny as fuck.
Totally. And
Yeah,
I think, and not just that, like she's polished drag queen. She can dance. That in the
yep,
talent show, she fucking had killer choreo, and she's giving great television, which is above all else the most important thing.
absolutely.
Oh my. So this one was pretty funny. Queen had some funny bits volleying with Kitty about
Yeah,
white privilege and stuff. That was pretty
Queen
cute.
just bounced very well. And just like if something was handed to her, like, like the whole banana thing,
Oh, the
whatever
shit!
it was,
I thought that
shit
was
and
like
banana.
pretty cringy, but also like okay, like compared to everything else that happened, I was like, sure,
Sure. But then she goes shit and banana. She just like took ownership on it. And like, I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
that was
yeah,
pretty good. Yeah, like Queen was just, as I said before, very solid, like, a solid, like what I would expect from Queen Con
yeah,
is that she can just do what she can in the situation.
yeah. Kitty clearly smashed this one. There's no sort of
Every
other way
decision
around that.
every decision she made was excellent. Like, firstly, the look, that is such an iconic Princess Di look. 100%, you know what you're looking at. The
Yeah.
doe-eyed stare, holding the arm. This is so smart. This is such smart shit, And then that whole like she's Eeyore, like the donkey, that's the version of Di we're getting. The I suppose, like, like, but she's also a bit of a slut, It was every decision that was made was excellent. I was like, because I've been getting really frustrated with Kitty over these weeks because I'm just like, who are you? You're trying to push this whole glamour puss thing onto me, but also you're funny, but I don't know what's happening right now. And she delivered hardcore in this.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's one of those things like with all winners season with the Vivian, just like smash. They're just, the UK queens are very good at this. It's a staple part of their drag.
Yeah.
So Gala played Laura Leon, who is a Mexican actress and singer. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at some pics now, and like she definitely delivered the look. I can't
Yes.
speak to the performance because I don't know anything about this character, but
Mhm.
she seemed like it wasn't that bad. Every now and then she looked uncomfortable,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she wasn't playing with everyone that well, but like she was fine. Wouldn't say by any means it was like a bomb.
It wasn't a full tank. No way. Like, you know, because she tried. She tried her best. I think a couple of things didn't really land, but
Yeah.
you said something back, you know, like she's just not, she's not quick on her feet with that kind of stuff. And it's just so hard.
Then Jean Lizza, it descends into a margarita pizza train wreck, and and it's just a cheap gag buffet. Like the shit and banana thing happens. There's some taco jokes, the margarita pizza, all of it. I was just like, what?
Everyone doubles down one
Oh
after the other.
But this is RuPaul's doing, like, because they see, the queens are seeing that that's what's getting the laughs, and they're like, oh, okay. It's like the jesters performing for the queen, and they're like, oh my god. I actually was watching it like through a gap in my fingers at one point.
It's like, yeah, it's like with Queen in that part, you know, she's doing shit and bananas, and then she's like, okay, I'll take some space here, and you're like, okay, you know, like, and it is more fun when two people are, you know, bouncing back and forth with something pretty, you know, spiteful and intelligent.
I think Kitty summed it up really well in Confessional. She said, Queen's killing it, Nelly's killing it. Oh, Gala's here too. I was like, yes.
Oh.
So the Harvey chooses Kitty, which is not a win, but a win. I don't know. Then we get group 2 with the objectively less hot Harvey.
Yes.
Who I actually liked this one more though. It's got a very
actual overall.
It's got a kind little vibe. I mean, it's fun. I mean, look, I'm not going to kick either of them out of bed.
Yeah, they're both pretty cute.
At the start, I was like, are they a couple or are they related? I was always very confused about them.
Yeah, I didn't know for ages.
Both. So we get Vanity as Lorien with the nails, which was fantastic. But not that funny. Like, that's the thing, Lorien, like, she's not funny. She's a very serious person. She lives on like an island.
Yes.
In the middle of nowhere, and she's very spiritual and she's very calm. That's not that funny.
I think she could have worked with it. I thought some of the stuff that Vanity did was good, and like the 3 words thing when she goes, nails, no breast. Oh, that's it. You know, like, you know, I mean, it was probably an accident, but like, I don't know. I mean, I think it had the potential to be funny, because you can be, when someone's like that, when they are recluse or whatever, they can be whatever they want. I just think she didn't believe, you know.
There's
really.
also a lot of physicality that she does, like all this kind of the dancing, which I don't think she lent into enough. She should have gotten out of the seat and done some, because there's this whole choreography from Euphoria, which you could have replicated, and like had
and answered.
And she should have had like snow, like fake snow in her pocket, and like done that bit in the Euphoria performance. Like, there's so many gags you could have done, and look, she could have done that and they cut it out. Who the fuck knows? But should have done the Swedish Chef.
Probably. Like, how would
I reckon she would have won. Rue would have been like, oh, you took my advice.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Alyssa's wigs are growing in size each week.
They're huge.
They are huge.
They must hurt her neck.
Yes.
So much. I assume they're heavy, because there's no way. There's so much hair in them.
Pulling her back.
This Texas tea one that she wore.
I loved this wig. So this whole look, the Annie Oakley look, it was fucking phenomenal.
It was extremely camp. I really liked it. It was very detailed.
Yeah. Very detailed look. she looked great. I'm not sure she performed that well in it, but I really appreciated the look. Tessa just looks like Tessa.
Yeah. She just looked like Tessa in a bodysuit,
Mm.
and that was about it. I like Tessa.
I was into it. I thought Suzanne Bartsch was a perfect choice.
Yeah.
Pathia Zeus, I was gagged. I was like, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
She's pulled that out of the bag in minutes. Like, what the fuck? I was literally just like, hang on, sorry? I actually thought for a minute there she was going to win. She was really good.
Extremely confident. It was like she stepped out of herself or something, and that sort of like shy thing was just shelved. And then like, that stupid masculine kind of
Greek
bro thing.
It was so good. Funny. And I'm just like, really yes, funny. I was really happy. And I thought the story producers probably could have done a better job in making that the arc.
Yeah.
In like, someone who thinks they're going to bomb at it and then they just take a risk and win. Like that would have been amazing rather than just like the person that we all knew was going to fucking win. But let's be honest, Ru makes these calls. I genuinely believe that RuPaul makes these choices. Don't you?
The Snatch Game choice.
Like all of the winning choices, don't you? Like
I think she would submit them to the producers and then they would all discuss, but
I think it's the other way around. I think the producers advise her and then she's like, nah.
Yeah, yes or no.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that's the only way I can make sense of what's happening. And it's the same like in all seasons of Down Under, where people go home and we are all just like, sorry?
Yeah.
Like, you got rid of that person, and I genuinely think it's because Ru just like doesn't understand what's going on.
She's like, I'm really tired.
No, like as in like culturally, I don't know. Like,
yeah. I get it. I get it. Like, yeah, I mean, she's not always, her ear isn't always to the ground when it comes to a lot of the stuff that, but I think that's why she relies on people like Michelle. I think Michelle is definitely more switched on, to that kind of stuff that is in America.
I feel like they're always setting Alyssa up for success in this show. Like the first question she gets is like, make some bird calls.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's so easy. And you're like telling her what to do. And she just starts clucking like a chicken. And of course that's hilarious. I was a bit like, they kind of gave her that one.
Well, they're trying. I mean, there's certainly been opportunities, but she hasn't really been rising. The challenges are hard and not all of them are in her wheelhouse, so it's
and she's getting sick of being safe.
Yeah, she's been safe a lot.
Vanity tells us in confessional that Alyssa is just doing Alyssa, and I was like, well, yeah, but sometimes that's how you win Snatch Game.
That's a lot of the time how you win Snatch Game. But yeah, like she needs to be offended. I reckon Alyssa needs to be offended, and then when she claps back, that's when she's funny.
Yeah,
if you think about all the times that she's been funny, like just all the time in the, and we don't get that kind of OG classic season, interplay now in a Global All Stars. Everyone's too poised, and it's just like some real drama. She maybe she wouldn't get amongst it now as well because she is so sort of seasoned.
Who knows?
I
thought Tessa and Vanity got no airtime in the Snatch Game.
Hardly anything.
And I honestly, out of that second one, I thought Pathia was the winner. Easily. Yeah.
It was just, there was a relaxed element. This is the big part of it, is just relaxing into your role.
And I think she's lucky she got that group too, because she wasn't overshadowed by Kitty. Then the Harveys, so Alyssa wins, which I was like, okay, as in the Harvey picks her. Then the Harveys come out together and they have a really awkward makeout.
I was like, okay.
All right.
And it goes for a while.
Yeah, I was like,
It's like, all right, cool. So I guess they're not brothers.
Well, yet to be confirmed. I don't know. I just finished watching the Menendez brothers like Netflix show, like
Oh yeah.
Ryan Murphy. Have you
Mhm.
seen this or heard about this?
No, I've been reading about it because it's so
Oh,
sympathetic to kind of their plight, I believe, like the
kinda,
boys.
yeah. A lot of
Kinda.
incest. If you're into that, get
Mm.
into it.
Oh.
Mirror Talk, Real Talk, sponsored by Archer, the dating app that no one's
Oh,
ever going to use. They're like, let's talk
okay.
about dating apps. I thought this
It's
was
like,
kind
huh?
of funny, but very short lived.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this until you
Yeah.
just
Well,
just
because it went
mentioned
for
it.
2 seconds and I was like, release the tapes. I want to see them all talk about like filthy grinder experiences.
Oh my God. And just like, people, what do they call them? Race chasers? Yeah, race
Yeah.
chasers,
Clown fuckers, I thought they were called, but anyway. That's what Bianca Del Rio calls them.
That's right.
Yeah, so Alyssa says that if you're going to hook up with somebody and they know who you are, then it's a booking fee.
That's right. That was great.
If she
I was like,
was if she was required for this season for one moment, that was it. Like she can go home now.
yeah, that's a great
The
line.
booking fee line, so good.
So good.
On the main stage, Los Javis are there as the guest judges. And I love Rue's tight and sparkly thing she's got on.
Oh, Rue's been looking great
Mm.
in Global All Stars. If we take one thing away from Global All Stars, is she's looked really good.
Well, she comes first, honey.
That's right. That's right. It says runways. Interesting runway this week.
So
Eat me.
category
Right?
was Eat Me.
And I'm immediately thinking of like Spanky in that pizza outfit and Manila
Margarita pizza.
margarita fucking pizza.
Or Manila
Poor,
as a pineapple.
remember, as a pineapple. That's right.
Iconic.
Iconic. So yeah, this runway. So Queen Kong. Oh, she did the Pavlova look with the spread dish bonnet, hat, and strawberries, the flared white long sleeve shirt and pants, and the yellow sparkle fat bow, rimless glasses were hot, blonde wave wig. I loved this. I thought this was amazing.
Oh, Jean, I didn't. Sorry.
You hated it?
I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it. I liked the glasses and there were elements to it. I just didn't look like it was constructed that well. I don't know. I loved the concept of a Pavlova. Very funny. But
I just love the flared. I just thought she
pants
really pulled
with
off that
the
flared.
collar I thought was a bit flaccid or something. Like it looked like she had to like hold it up. But love where she was going with it.
She also reminded me of like an oyster, like from like Alice in Wonderland,
Oh,
like or
yeah.
something. Do you know what I mean? It kept like giving me that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a Pavlova. I mean, I guess you have to choose something from the country, and what else is she going to do? A meat pie? Like gross. Gallavaro. So Gallavaro did like the Marie Antoinette chocolate and candy look with the blue makeup, the pink parasol, knee-high striped socks, tall pastel hair, that chalk dipped on the skirt.
She didn't come out as a taco.
She
Which is like honestly, which RuPaul would have loved.
I mean, I'm sure when all the taco talk was starting, she was probably thinking, "Fuck, why didn't they come as a taco?"
The fact that this is the runway theme, and like we've had so much margarita pizza, it's like fuck.
And then she did the reveal to the cream tits and crotch there. So
it was great. I thought she looked amazing. Like this look was slutty.
It was slutty and it was detailed.
So I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, the tricolor pastel wig to the yeah. I mean, Gallavaro is an amazing look queen.
It was kind of falling apart though. Was this her look where
I think her wig was
the wig kind of
flopped
and they zoomed in on that and I was like, oh, all right.
Uh-oh. No, it's just a couple of things in here like
Michelle Visage is watching.
Kitty's got claws. So Kitty did the English breakfast meets pageant girl in blue and white and check with the splashes of red. I don't know. Like the boa didn't have any red in it, or the or whatever. And it kind of annoyed me because I feel like it would have tied it together a bit. I mean, I don't know. It was okay. I wasn't that thrilled.
I haven't been knocked out by any of her looks this season, and this is no
Mm.
exception, but I really like the concept. Like similar to Queen's, like I loved where they were going with it, but it just wasn't
Yeah.
like it wasn't big enough or something. Could have been more extravagant. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was a bit muted, wasn't it?
Mm,
Like somehow, like and you think, well, you've got feathers and you're in a freaking pageant costume with sausages. How could it not seem big? But somehow seems small, like too
mhm,
almost too
mhm.
elegant or something. It's like go hard, with the
Yeah,
camp,
yeah, yeah. Agree.
which is maybe what is missing with Kitty this season.
Mhm, mhm.
Nelania, oh, so she did the
Oh, the
casata.
cassata. I died, Jane. This was
This is
so beautiful.
It was just like I'm just trying to imagine the ex like couture old ladies that are making these fucking
Yes.
outfits for
Like
Nelania
the
in Rome.
violin or the cello or whatever. Like she's yeah.
You know what I mean? They are like ex Versace. You know what I mean? This
Mhm.
pale blue lace cascading, the ruffle skirt for the white cream, the blue lace top, and that the shape, like the drama of the long sleeves, the
Mm.
cherry on the head, like it was
And
just she looked like a dessert, like that,
and
like
this
the
is
most
one of my
regal dessert.
favorite flavors. Like I love these. I love Italian desserts. I love the like
Mhm.
citrus flavors
Yum.
and the way that they combine like ice cream with cake and like I
Mm.
love like a hard ice cream cake with lots of like orange rind in it. Like that's my
Mm.
fucking jam. And I
Mm.
could literally like taste this. I love they had like a reference picture as well. And I was like,
Good,
yeah,
it was good.
bitch. Yeah. I was like,
It was good, and
mm-mm.
it made me go, "I haven't had cassata
No,
in ages."
neither.
You never see it
Let's
anywhere. It's very old school.
next time
Uh,
you come over, I'm gonna whip up a cassata
I'll report back, listeners. Now
for the finale.
yeah, that'll be fun. That'll
Yeah.
be fun. Now, Vanity did the herring or sardine look with the mouth of the fish at the bust and the tail at her
Oh.
feet, and then it was like that slim ruffle fit in silver with the tall grey hair. Bit crafty, bit crafty.
Crafty is thing, and I was so shocked. So up until this episode, Vanity's looks have been fabulous, and
Yeah.
then this week, and I won't spoil it now, but her look, the episode after this, holy shit, like that's going in the Hall of
Jesus.
Fame for
Oh
the
my
wrong
god.
reasons. But this one was
Oh my
bad,
god.
and I love. She's like, "Well, I had to do herring because I'm not going to do meatballs," and I'm like, "Well, maybe you should have fucking done meatballs, or like." Any other, she should have done like fika and come as like a cup of coffee and a little cake. Like there's
It
so
like
many Swedish things you could come as.
yeah, don't they do like chocolate or
Oh
like
yeah, all of it. There's so many
yeah,
desserts you could do.
yeah.
Um, it's yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit like, oh, because I think she's very talented, and I do think she's gotten really in her head with some of these like runways, like and kind of
Mhm.
over thunk 'em. So yeah, I didn't love this, and it's a shame because she's a beautiful drag queen that can really pull off like that slim ruffle fit as well. So you're like, I wish I liked this, but I really don't.
Mm-mm. Plus, like, she tried to go a bit edgy, grungy with it and like look a bit disgusting. I'm like, this is the food runway. You want it to look delicious. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you don't want it.
Mhm.
Like, she was holding like that bucket with the fish or whatever. It looked a bit too nasty. I'm like, nah, you want it to look like yum. I don't know.
Mm. Mhm.
Is it
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Uh, so then we move on to Alyssa Edwards. So she did the ice cream cone camp
Mm,
extravagance, the scoops at the shoulders, the cones at the tits, the yellow hair, the foam. I think they actually referenced Priscilla Queen of the
mm.
Desert, like in her response, which
Yeah.
was interesting. How'd you feel about this one?
Like everything she's brought to this comp, it's incredibly well made. It's
Hmm.
basically, yeah, it's like the higher quality version of what Gala was wearing. But yeah, I don't know. It was a bit average, in my opinion.
It was just yeah, it was so beautifully made
Mm,
and well done. But I guess I'm expecting on a conceptual level with Alyssa more, and maybe
It's
that's
giving
not what she
Katy
does.
Perry, but
It's Katy Perry.
Katy
Yeah.
Perry is Alyssa's brand, as we know.
Yes. Yes. That's right. That's right. As we know. Yeah, so it was definitely giving me that Katy Perry thing for sure.
From
Shout out to, I
yeah.
guess, the AFL Grand
Oh my
Final or
god!
whatever.
Did you did you see the performance?
Oh, yeah. It's the only thing I watched.
Tina Arena. Yeah, it's the only thing I
Oh,
watched.
my God. The chains thing. I
The
was
Chains
like,
thing, I
this
was
is
like,
gay Christmas.
yeah, a little bit, but like, yeah, poor Tina
It was
was.
weird.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was. And that outfit really swallowed her, I thought.
Oh,
Tina's
girl,
outfit.
Tina looked
I
a
was like,
mess.
I was
Especially
like, what
next,
is going on?
Katie hasn't like eaten a carb in like
I
a
know.
year, and she looks
I
snatched. And
know.
then Tina comes out like, yeah, I've just been hanging out down the.
Just been smoking
Yeah, it's
cigarettes.
just- oh, bitch.
Oh, and then we moved. Oh, I loved this one. Tessa T. This was
Yes.
the Swiss cheese eleganza gown in yellow. Like that. I mean, that's it. It just looked like you could just wear it to the Emmys. Like it was beautiful.
Mm.
It was gorgeous. Like
Clever
no notes
choice.
really.
And it was obvious choice, so everyone knew what it was, but then chic.
Yeah, that's right.
Very successful execution. No notes from me.
Yeah, I love that one. And then Pythia, so she did this. Oh my god, this spanakopita look was
my fucking
sensational.
god!
I died.
Dead.
I died. It was so fucking beautiful. That brown colored draped kind of gown that was tied with a bow, the full arm, high neck, like forest green underneath, the short skirt at the front, the train at the back. It's hard to describe the beauty of this
take
outfit.
spanakopita, which is the most delicious thing in the world, but it is not pretty, and turn it into the most beautiful gown. Like, I was gagged, and just those colors, the like phyllo pastry in that gold brown, and keeping the ruffle of it so it looked like it had been up. I was like salivating. Oh my god, this was so good. This is a really good week for her.
Amazing, yeah, an incredible week, and like I really should have got top crits with a lot of
like
this.
I said before, I honestly just think if I was writing on this show or whatever, I would have given her the win this week.
It might have been a nice story, and they could have done that edit like quite easily with still having Princess Di being there, being really enjoyable.
Yeah, and then also that would have pissed Kitty off, and then moving on to the season, she'd be all chip on her shoulder at cunty, and there'd be good drama. Come on, producers.
Get it together.
And that's the thing. So these critiques, it's just the Kitty show at this point. They just love it. Blah blah blah. Nelly is back on her margarita pizza, but that's what you have to do. And then Vanity gets red hard for just kind of losing steam in Snatch Game, which she did. She was like there for a bit, and then she kind of just fizzled. Disappeared. Yeah. But no, Pythia did get praise.
Pretty
rightfully.
solid. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I thought I was like, she's arrived in the competition this week, and they do love it, particularly that spanakopita dress. Then we move into Untucked. So Alyssa is like, she's really pissed she's safe. She's like, I gotta step my pussy up next week, kind of thing.
Yeah, I do like that she's not like, everyone else is wrong and I'm right. She's like, I've got to work harder, which I do like that about her. She's always had that great work ethic.
She's mature, and she is self-aware, 100%. Yeah, she wasn't like, fuck these bitches. She was just like, I need to raise my own standard, 100%. Which is nice. Vanity is spiraling. The poor thing. She's just like, what is going on? Back on the main stage. Yeah, back on the main stage. It was close, but Kitty winning, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, yes, she totally deserved. I just don't think like her runway look was not that good. And then also it was predictable, and like the fans enjoy watching their favorite characters like surpass expectations, and we like to see it get passed around. I don't know, for me, a season where like there's clear front runners
gets a bit boring.
Bozza. So Yeah.
And also, this is what this show's about. It's about overcoming your shit, right? This is what Drag Race is. And it's like, we could have shown a shy queen overcoming her shit,
Oh my
like, and you
God.
just didn't show us that story.
And it's the person
Yeah.
that said, I'm not funny and I don't want to do this. And then she was so good. And then the look was so good. Yeah. I feel bad for Pathea this week.
Mm-hmm.
This fucking lip sync. So it's Vanity and Gala in the bottom. No surprises at all here.
Yeah.
They do the Muppet song, which I'm like, fucking hell, RuPaul. RuPaul is just like making this show for herself at this point. Don't you think?
That's why she said
Swedish Chef. Yes, because she loves the Muppets. We all know that.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
like,
who doesn't? But whatever.
and look, she may not have done Swedish Chef, but she did the Muppet song very well. Vanity, what do you think of this lip sync?
Look, this is a really hard lip sync, right?
Yeah.
But kind of I like it when they throw in these ones. I'd rather this than like it's just some mediocre pop song, because you always just want like an absolute banger or a total classic. That's all you ever want with the songs, and so if it's not that, then like, cool, give me something like, like this, like whatever, I mean, but yeah, I do think that Vanity probably got the comedy down.
Yeah. Also, I didn't realize, like, I know this song as the Banana Boat sunscreen song. Banana Boat. Like, it's 30 plus or whatever. So I just thought it was the fucking Banana Boat sunscreen. Did you not get that?
Well, I know that
Yeah,
campaign,
I was like,
but I also know Mana
yeah,
Mana.
Mana Mana. But I don't know.
You're too young.
I know, I'm
young.
just so young, Jane.
Yeah.
Episode 8 is called A Rich International Roast. And the coffee puns do not end there, Jane.
They just go forever.
Oh, backstage after the elimination, Kitty is buzzing off her second win. She can feel the crown landing on her head. And Pathea is like, you have a gift. And Kitty's like, yes, the gift of being a gobby cow. Tessa T continues to be iconic. So Tessa thought she was going to lip sync, right? And that's why she put the inflatable cow costume on. But what was even better, and this was giving like Nina West in that like reveal dress where she kept coming out in it thinking she was going to lip sync in it and then never like did until ages. Like, I love it when someone changes outfit and then they don't lip sync.
It's fantastic.
And it's something stupid like that.
It's great. It's great stuff because then they're like, oh, look at me.
They all sit around and the cow puns just keep coming out. They're like, oh, she's milking it.
How could you not?
Yeah.
How could you not?
I hope she whips it out again later.
She's going to get a lot of play with that thing on the road, so
got to get your $14.99 from Temu like value out of it. You can't just wear it once. It's a new day in the workroom. Queen tells us 7 are left, but she's not bothered by any of these bitches. How do you feel? Like, she's confident, she's poised.
Queen was just ready for this moment. I do think that Queen just whatever path and journey she took after Drag Race season 2, like she just was paving the way for this moment. So it doesn't surprise me. And I think she knows that what undid her a little bit in Down Under was when her confidence, rattled. So she's probably done the work. Like, but yeah, it's like really confident, and she's got a lot of roles as well. It's almost making it hard for her to be mother, which I think she's used to. We haven't seen as much mother from this version of Queen Kong.
Yeah, absolutely. And even getting praise from Drag Race Down Under's biggest critic, Graham Norton, this week, I was like, wow, yeah, you've really like, to be able to get Graham to say something nice about an Australian drag queen, well done. You've cracked the code. Tessa calls Vanity the cockroach of all stars. She's already been in the bottom 2 twice and still here. So they're like, am I the lip sync assassin? What do you think? Is she the lip sync assassin or is she just lucky?
I mean, she's good at lip syncing, definitely, and I think we definitely see that with these episodes. But like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like for some reason, she doesn't give me assassin, even though that's technically what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like quite like where you go, oh, she's a murderer.
Because
I
she's
think she
not doing
gets the
shablams
music.
and shit. She's just kind of like doing,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. She knows how to get to the core emotion of a song, definitely.
The
Even
Rumel,
Manamana.
yeah, she did Manama. The Rumel is coffee and comedy. So Kitty is just like, fuck yeah,
Yeah,
another comedy challenge for me to just take like candy from a baby, which is again not good TV, guys. Like you can't just
yeah.
have one trained comedy professional amongst a bunch of like, I don't know, queens that's not their thing, and then just like yeah, it's not working for me, this.
And also, like, she gets to feel that way because there's different types of queens who aren't. But if there was like a couple of extra comedy queens thrown in there, I don't know that Kitty would look like the absolute expert. You know what I
No,
mean? Like,
because she's not by no means the funniest queen of all time. Like
no.
Bag of Chips or the Vivian or fucking
Yeah, they
Lawrence
kill.
Chaney, like would
Yeah,
murder her. Like
kill.
sh- even Cheryl, I think is funnier. And this is what I hate. And like,
Tia.
she's nothing humble about this bitch. She's just smug as fuck this season.
It's
It's
weird. It's
weird.
really
But then we're getting
every
told to like her, and I just don't.
every now and then a queen comes on All Stars and you're like, oh no, I like you less. And it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Milk. We all remember
Mm,
Milk, but
Nina West.
and Nina West, bless you, Nina. I'm sorry. But like, and I don't know that I had that much of a connection with Kitty, but I was like, yeah, she's fun, like from the previous UK season. So I haven't enjoyed this kind of version of Kitty, but mainly because I don't see her delivering as much as she claims to be delivering, especially on the runways. The
100%.
runways are like, what are you? Like, choose
I
what you are.
know.
I'm not saying I'm not. Or maybe it's just not a clear vision,
And then
but
the
it's just very
delusion,
muted.
like when she's wearing these looks, she's like, I look fucking amazing. I'm like, all right, settle down. But also,
Yeah, it's like it's a mini skirt.
like, but also, if you are so good at comedy and you know all these other people aren't, maybe take that opportunity to like provide some advice to the others or like mentor.
She's
Like
not playing that
she's not
game.
playing that game. She's literally there just being like,
Mm-mm.
oh well, too bad, so sad.
Oh,
I'm like,
sucks to be you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
very
just
much
she's
that.
not coming off as likable. Like not in the way as like Tia Coffee in her
Yep, that's right.
season, in her second season, we got
Mhm.
to see her just be the most fucking gorgeous, genuine person, and while still being the best in the
Yep,
comp, but like
yep.
being there for people, not being like I just yeah, Kitty needs to reel the fuck back in.
Yeah, and I think it's like that thing where you come into the show and you're like, I need to know who I am. I need
Mhm.
to have a confident sense of, in the same way that really Queen has come in, I
Yeah,
have to have
Queen is
it in
confident,
place.
but at least she helped Soa with her makeup. She's been motherly. She's been kind to people. She's
That's
trying.
right.
She's all about the camaraderie in this situation. And yeah, she does the shady jokes and stuff, but like that's all
That's good
how we
as
show
well.
love here. Like I think
Yeah.
as well, she's got a quiet confidence, whereas Kitty is
Mm,
being really like
yeah.
obnoxious.
Yeah, I've really struggled with Kitty this season, and but I was glad to see her Prinny die like
Oh, it
on the
was
last
amazing.
episode,
Like it was really
and it
good.
was
Yeah,
amazing, and she
yeah.
did great, and that's where I was like, there you are. But it's taken me seven. It took me 7 episodes
Mm-hmm.
to not be slightly annoyed by her.
It's a roast. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Mhm.
whoop.
It's a
It's a
roast.
roast. And the runway theme is Blow Me Away, an outfit that comes alive in the wind, which we later on discover means like there's one bloke with a fucking leaf blower. Like,
But you know what? I actually love the simplicity of that.
that was it's good brief. Yeah, good brief.
Yeah, it's a good
Mm,
brief and it's achievable, and it's what fucking drag queens do as
exactly,
well.
exactly. Preparation for the roast. So also Kitty gets to pick the order, which again, like normally there's a bit of drama in that. Not so much this time round. Alyssa is laser focused. She wants a second chance to redeem herself after her roast attempt at season 5. I love when they keep doing this to Alyssa this time round, where they'll cut back to season 5, and you've forgotten how unhinged she is.
Yes. I miss it. I miss it. I because I love her. Every time she speaks, I'm just like captivated. Like literally, she could say anything. But that real unhinged quality, I don't know if that's a thing of her past now. That really wild sort of thing that she used to have.
Tessa asks Alyssa to teach her how to be evil, and Alyssa clutches her belt. She's like, "What? How? What would I know about that? I'm a God bothering."
Those two are fun.
They are great together. Iconic.
They should tour together.
Totally. I would love that.
Yeah.
We see a clip of Pythia bombing in her season's roast as well, and that was actually hard to watch because I've forgotten about Canada's Drag Race. But yeah, just seeing Brooklyn's face being like, "Oh no, you are not funny." She's not a good comedy writer. She's more of a fashion girly. And then we get this idea she should do it as Zeus, because like for some reason when she was in that character, she pulled it off. I think she should have gone down that route. What do you think?
Oh, I think that would have been a great idea because it was such a out of the bag sort of surprise from the previous episode, and Rue fucking loved it. And clearly her ear is completely tuned into that Greek bro guy. She knows that Greek bro guy. So I think it would have emboldened her and given her that confidence for sure.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Georges did with that bro, the Gayborhood bro or character, whatever. Like that shit was fucking hilarious. Actually, because we did the roast on your podcast last season, and I remember that roast was actually really good, particularly compared to this one, which was absolute rubbish. But like thinking back, because I didn't love the last All Stars season, but fuck, that roast was good, mainly because of Georges.
Georges had the greatest run, and such a fantastic run on that season, and like apparently going to be in the next season.
Yeah, TBC. Nelenia tells us she does not understand Queen Kong's humor. She's like, "What is this? Queen Kong's always so mean to me."
I love it. I love Nelly so
much. Love.
So ridiculous. Like she's just like, this is drama, and I am feeling some things. It's like
we don't have a roast in Italy. No roast. No. We have a cassata.
And a margarita pizza.
Oh my god. Vanity tells us she's gonna sing at the roast. What, like when she told me this, at first I was like, okay, I'm listening. I literally thought this was going to be a sleigh for some reason.
It's hard to now because I've seen what I've seen later, but like I feel like I was like, okay, but I didn't think it would be the whole fucking thing. No, like, so look, I guess
10 points for fucking giving something a go. Like Jimbo doing the Joan Rivers roast, like no one had done that before. And again, it takes me back to my point about Pythia being like, I didn't know we could do mythical creatures. It's like, come on, guys, creativity. Just do something new. It may pay off, it may not. Just like take it, like we need some fucking more creative people on this show.
Do you think it's easier to be a drag queen now than it was 20 years ago?
No, I think it's harder. I think there's more expectations on the look now. You got to spend all this money on all this shit. And I think people expect a lot.
Do you think the look thing has overtaken all that other shit that we sort of...
100%.
Yeah.
The character side of it's not so much.
I mean, those characters that I feel like we grew up with those kinds of drag
Oh,
people. They're like from another time now,
like
almost.
remember when Jinx Monsoon first walked into the workroom and you were like, oh my God, like from the minute go on camera, she was performing a character and we
Yeah.
all fell in love. Like, yeah. Anyway. Ah, the good old days.
Oh.
Kitty chooses the order. There's no gag though. Everyone's just like, what? Because she doesn't tell them yet. She's like, I've chosen the order, but I'm not going to tell you. Then Graham Norton joins us with coffee.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, don't worry, girls, I've got coffee. He asks who's been winning, and they all raise their hand except Nelly. And he goes, oh, Nelly. I was like, sorry, Graham Norton. Like, you have just arrived.
Yeah, you've done one episode.
Very familiar with this cast for someone who's just arrived. Yeah. I thought this was quite cute, actually. Queen Kong is sitting right next to Graham Norton, and she is kissing that ass. And I'm like,
oh, yes.
Fuck yeah, girl. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She knows what to do. I was like, I wish I could have seen them walking over to the couch.
She like ran over.
Yeah, did she run over, or were they placed because of their height?
No,
like,
she fucking picked that spot, and it was so good. And she was like eye contact with him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
She tells us that Aussies roast hard, which I would have to agree with.
In a way, I think we razz like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Like too much, like insanely. But like we don't do roasts really. Like we kind of do them, but we don't really do
we're
roasts.
Just doing it all of the time. That's the thing. Time. So to allow a space for it is foreign to us because we are literally just always doing it. So I think that's what.
You know, I watched the end of it. Friendly Geordie's video the other day said, Australia, I can't work out if we're the worst people in the world or the best. And I was like, oh wow, that's it, isn't it?
No, we'll never know. Graham says, oh, this was so weird. He's like, so you might be thinking that my English isn't so good, so I might not be funny. And I was like, whoa. Hold up.
What?
He says this to the girls. Don't you remember? He's like,
that's
he basically says like, it's no excuse to like not speak English well. I was like, what? It felt like producers had planted that in because they foresaw that the fans were going to be mad about this.
And I feel like he was trying to do it in a kind of encouraging way, but it sort of didn't quite sound like that.
Well, this was weird because it was Graham trying to be like sort of soft and genuine. And I'm like, girl, that doesn't look good on you.
You're a comedian.
Yeah. You're also a cunt. Like just we love you when you're a cunt. Anyway, like I actually would have loved to have seen Graham roast them.
What? He's like, I don't give that away for free, but like, you know, totally. I don't know. Is that like,
yeah.
I bet, but I guess like if he doesn't know them, it's harder to.
Oh,
but he could have.
They could have even played some clips of his Eurovision commentary from the past, just to like as an example of how to roast. Anyway,
like or given some advice anyway.
And then that was weird enough. Then Queen goes, "I've got a question. How do you not get cancelled?" To which I was like, "What is happening?" Like,
it was weird because I'm like, it was weird because I'm like, what do you have to be cancelled about? Like, you don't have any.
I don't know. Like, I think they're all just petrified of it these days because they are so famous now. Graham seems a little bit shocked by this question, but then he's like, "Oh, I mean, if people are laughing, you don't get cancelled." I'm like, terrible advice. I don't know. He should have done like a Nanette and talked about like punching down and like being self-deprecating. I don't know. I don't think he's thought about that.
I don't think he's had to.
Yeah, I think he's from this like untouchable old school generation. I don't know.
He absolutely is part of the establishment now. Like,
Unless
you
some
know.
Kevin Spacey shit came out, then I think he'd be in trouble. But like,
Aside from that, yeah,
from that, he's
it would
pretty
have to be.
untouchable.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh my God. Anyway, let's get onto this roast. Oh, but so before that, there's even further talk of cancelled culture in the Mirror Talk Real Talk.
Oh yeah, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, and Alyssa Edwards is like, well, there's the keyboard warriors at home that are keyboard warrioring, and I'm like, oh my God.
She read this phrase once, and then she just went,
like,
"That's it."
Yeah. And then Vanity says she got a lot of hate from the Swedish public during her season, which is, I was like, oh, news to me, but interested to know why. Maybe, I don't know, people just didn't vibe with her. I didn't think Swedes would be the type to keyboard warrior.
Yeah, and
behind your back.
I wonder. I would like to know what that is. Yeah, like I would like to know what the reason was. What did she come across as cold, or sort of like she was playing the game in that season? I haven't seen that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into this roast. Kitty was up first.
Oh, yep.
This may be a controversial opinion. I didn't think it was very good. I think she recycled old stuff. And I think she tried to poke fun at like the format by being like, well, now cue the RuPaul is old jokes and stuff. And I'm just like, I would have preferred, I think it was lazy. I think she was resting on laurels. I think she knew everyone else was going to be not great.
Yep. She had the energy, she had the pace and the rhythm of like what you would go jokes, but like the material just wasn't that strong, but she's just able to deliver in a way where you go, okay, well, she's giving me confidence, because as I've said a million times with stand-up, it's like you're making the audience feel safe. So if you're confident, even if your jokes are mediocre, it makes people feel safe, and rather than being a risk, But yeah, I was really, I was actually surprised later, and the confidence throughout, and then she just sort of delivered something that I went, oh yeah, that's all right, I guess.
Like, it was fine. She was, right. She was confident and competent.
It wasn't my top two.
No, not at all. I really didn't appreciate the joke about anti-drag laws, because that's not funny. Like, when she, like, I get she was trying to be like, oh, Lizza, like, I wish they'd ban drag in Texas. But then I'm like, that's a legitimate thing that is happening right now to this community.
Yeah, and it's scary.
And it's actually really scary. I just think, like, rights of the community and stuff like that. Sure, she's a part of the community, which gives her that license fully to make that joke. I thought it was not necessary, to be honest.
Yeah, it just wasn't that funny, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not that funny.
There's a way
funny.
There's a way you could have made that fun. Like, I would laugh at a joke about anti-drag laws, but just not that one. I don't think it was well thought out enough. Vanity was full flop. So this song, when she came out and started singing, it was so hard to watch.
Oh my God. The second time I watched it, I had to fast forward a bit of it because I was freaking out.
And why was she asking for a burger? She was implying that the cast don't get fed.
Maybe it's like full like Fire Festival, like cheese sandwich scenario.
Could be.
I swear I would pack snacks with that kind of, like, I hate being hungry. I would be like, snacks is half my bag.
This is why we're friends.
It's what's important, She doesn't have one of the dresses, but she's got like fucking biscuits.
Swiftly moving on. Pathia, still not good. Also, she like, and this is, I think this may even be a Canadian thing. I don't know if I'm just personally not equipped with a radar to understand their humor. I think it's just because they're so nice all the time. When they try and do roasting, it doesn't work. And they always do. It's like the roasts on Canada's Drag Race. I never get into it because they always focus on, oh, I won this challenge and you lost that challenge. And they're just really, it just gets really like competitive. And she did like a Michelle Visage's music career. Or no, she called her a bad singer, which I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, like not funny. Like, yeah, say she's
Yeah.
irrelevant or something because that's cute. But just saying someone is like not talented when they are on the judging, but like I don't think that's cute.
I think if you say that you're also not talented and they're not talented and you're both not talented, that's fine. Somehow that works, you know. But yeah, it wasn't great.
Well, they even edited in crickets, which you know you're in trouble, but they didn't need to. I think it still would have been awkward.
It was real.
Yeah,
The cringe was
the cringe
real.
was real. Vanity was like, well, at least I know who I'm in the bottom with, which I was like, we love a self-aware queen. And then Alyssa in confessional goes, live performing is not her strength.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. It's like in the bedroom, full concept queen. That's how I see her. I don't know if that's true, but
talent show week 1, amazing. Looks amazing. Anything where she gets full creative control over the environment, great. When she's kind of asked to do stuff like this, doesn't quite work for her.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God, Alyssa had some good bits. When she did the Gemma Collins and Tiffany Pollard line, I died, because that is
good.
like my Roman Empire. The Humpty Dumpty jokes were fantastic. I actually thought Alyssa was pretty solid.
Alyssa was solid, you know, and but as I said, like she just plows through with confidence and that kind of just that Texan charm. The way she signed off at the end, I fucking died. When she's like, with lots of love, Alyssa Antlers.
I think Queen correctly summed it up. She's like, the jokes are mediocre, but the delivery is excellent. And I'm like, yeah, that's
100%.
Also, the wigs are still growing. They are
on
a growth hormone. Yeah, it's just like out the back growing. Oh my God. And Nelania can't understand Alyssa. She's just like, I don't get to the jokes. What is going on?
I love this thing where she's sort of bewildered for half of her experience of like global authority. I do not understand what anyone is saying and what anyone is doing.
Jean, then we descend into yet another margarita pizza moment in which I was just like, what the actual fuck is going on?
This poor, I can't imagine what the Italian fans.
They are just dying. Everyone is just like not okay at this point, and it's just the cheap gaggery of it all. I'm like, Now, Linnea started off with an excuse. She's like, even in her roast, she's like, we don't do roast, which I was like, no, never, no.
I was really worried at that point. I just went, oh shit.
But then she was good.
Then she was I'm a pro. She was good.
It was like Savage, the Beast line, when she was like, Beast. That was so good. I actually was like, fuck yeah, girl. Is that her strategy?
I maybe it might be just been like, I'll just throw down the players and then I'll go out there and I sparkle like a shining star. But like, but like, you know, like I said, like she did that joke where it was like, I'm a bad singer and so is RuPaul, like that kind of thing. She included herself in something that was like cutting, but like, I thought she was hilarious. And again, another story they could have told that was like, you know, she surprised herself or something. But maybe she's just playing. Yeah, maybe she just always knew she could do that.
Maybe. Tessa T goes, this margarita pizza is in trouble. And then proceeds to absolutely bomb.
She just got in her head. It's so bad. Like, it's like where you're just like, I just want this to end. You could just see it on her face.
She had some good jokes. The joke about Michelle Visage's dick was very funny.
Fantastic.
But it just was delivered. She was rushing through it. So the delivery was like, she was like stepping on it. It's like she needed to just take a breath and like step through it.
So terrifying. It is. I mean, this is naturally what you're going to do is just plow through as quickly as possible, like in any kind of stand-up-y kind of situation, if you're not feeling it, you know.
Queen, I thought, was easily the best.
Unbelievable.
Like, I was surprised because, like, yeah, we love Queen, but like, yeah, again, you definitely don't think of her straight away as like a comedian. More of the splits and the barrel rolls is her like headline, you know.
Yeah. There's absolutely no phoning in with Queen in this
No,
challenge. While we would say that with Kitty at the top of the set, really kind of phoned it in with her jokes. These were incredibly well crafted, written
they
jokes
were,
by
yeah,
Queen.
and they were
Felt
all, yeah,
fantastic.
they were very well written jokes. And then her delivery is great because she just kind of stands there confidently and just dishes it out.
Yeah.
My favorite was Alyssa Edwards has had so much work on her face. The contractors involved have united to form a union.
Yeah, she just kind of she had a few with Alyssa that she rattled off a few, and that was also a
Mm,
classic way
mm,
of
mm.
doing it. She had ones that were slower and then like rattle off, rattle off, rattle off, rattle off. Like it really keeps you engaged.
Yeah,
I was so proud of Queen in
me
this because it was
too.
just like kind of like really showing everyone else how it's done. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was honestly a triumph, and I
Yeah.
cannot believe she had to share the win, but we will get to that.
Load of shit.
Jean, let's talk about this blow me away runway, shall we?
Yeah, it's just, as I said before, simple idea, but I think it's really draggy. It's a really
Mm-hmm.
draggy idea, and I kind of appreciated that because these poor kids are just trying to interpret these essay questions. Now, Kitty Scott Claus, she did the bride look, which I actually thought looked like Tonya Harding, like ice
Oh
skating,
yeah.
like look, but it had like the garter, it was all bejeweled, the ruffled veil train, and it was, I guess it was like the very dustiest of pink, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the blow effect was beautiful. It wasn't my favorite. Like I was like, it's fine. Like it was a bride, but like she did look very beautiful.
Yeah, a bit Victoria's Secret. Again, not my fave thing, but it was cute.
It was cute, but yeah, it was for some reason I was like, "That's an ice skating." It had like an ice skating vibe with the
Mm.
bride, which might have been more fun. Um, Vanity Vain. Oh my god! Sorry, I just realized. Just
This
realized what this look was.
this is like going down in history.
This is
Like,
like La La
like
Ree
this
level.
makes Lala Ree's bag dress look like high fashion. She,
So it was my Xmas nightmare in full tinsel, like the fur trimmed knee high boots, tinsel just stuck on a bodysuit,
she,
black sheer train at the
but
arms,
also
red
the
hat.
theme was blow me away, and she just went, "Oh, well, there's some Christmas ornaments in this box here. I'll just stick."
So it's Yeah, so like her outfit got damaged, and it's like you couldn't fix the outfit, like
Mm-mm.
like no one, no, like it was just, and also there was not much airtime given to that as well. It was just like she's just a crazy person in a crazy tinsel outfit,
Mm.
and everyone else looks like beautiful. It was weird. It was a weird choice.
Yeah, not a good week for Vanity.
No. Pathea. Now, this was just like, wow. The mauve elfin goddess of fairies look that was so intricate and
Mm.
beautiful. The curly motif with the headpiece and the ribbons of material that bounced and flowed just so
So
beautifully.
beautiful. This was
It was
it
like
was like Shen
insane.
Yun, or like it
Yep.
was like very
Yep.
Asian inspired stuff, like a little bit manic pixie girl,
Yes.
Grimes or something. She just looked so cute
Yeah. I was absolutely, I mean,
and
the
stunning.
looks is
So well
what
made. Yeah.
so well made. But it was the movement, wasn't it? It was like it was literally made to be like, we're doing this runway and
Mm-hmm.
this will work. It was very impressive. So Alyssa Edwards came in that royal blue full pageant Texas all fringe look. So I was a bit. I don't know if the fringe just didn't play in the long shot, but they didn't cut to a
Mm-hmm.
long shot, and I'm not sure if it's because it just didn't blow up because it was too heavy,
Mm.
or because they just didn't bloody show the long shot. So I couldn't sort of see it in a sense of the blowing aspect. It was very good, very pageanty. It was a bit on the boring side, I feel,
I
for
agree.
Alyssa.
And then when
Yeah.
Tessa comes out later, that just
Yeah. Oh my God.
absolutely trumps it.
Annihilates
Yeah.
it. Absolutely. Nalenia. So she did the fire red look with the sheer pieces at the arms and the full length red stocking. Like,
Amazing.
this was amazing. Her red hair
She's
looked
so beautiful.
it
Like,
looked incredible.
she blows my mind. The transformation
I
is really quite something.
I really want to see a gallery of just all her costumes out on mannequins, because it's stunning. Like it's like a museum work of art with her stuff. Nelly. Okay. Tessa T.
This
Oh
was
my God.
this is one of my favorite looks of the season, if not for a very long time across the franchise. Like, so cool.
This was so good. So it was a spectacular full silver fringe look, pants, full arms, the silver hair, the high pony. The pants had that, like, the chaps, there was more sort of like of the fringe on the puffed shoulders. So she looked incredible. Incredible stuff. It was such a good look. So, so good.
Amazing. And I'm just loving Tessa T's journey in this competition, and I'm really glad that they've kept her around.
Probably the fun story, the story where you go, this is the breakout star of the season, and I'm glad we've got that, because they're kind of missing things a little bit, and so it's like, I'm happy that we have her there. I just think she's got that kind of charisma that she's always going to sort of break through a little bit. Like, she just has it, and it's nice to see.
Ru likes her too, so.
And she can take a joke.
Yes.
She can take a bloody joke, which I love. And then Queen Kong served the LeMay Gold extravaganza. Final form, Queen activated. Pop star meets diva.
Totally.
Probably one of this is the best episode.
Yeah.
This is such
an
incredible episode.
It was giving Marsha Hines or something. Like, the guy.
I was trying to work out who it was. I'm like, it's not young diva.
No,
it's like
it's seasoned diva. Yeah.
It's mother. It's definitely mother. Marsha Hines is such a great
gagged. I thought she looked so good. I'm glad no one else really did gold, so it stood out.
It's just her color. It just looks so good. I was so proud of Queen in this
stunning
episode.
Look.
Yeah.
So the crits, obviously Vanity gets red for filth by Christmas. I loved, we finally got some cunty Graham. He couldn't help himself. He was like, so what? You just thought Christmas? Poor Pathia gets grilled for her roast. And like I was thinking before, they're like, maybe you should have done Zeus.
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't know I was allowed to do that. It's like, okay. Nelly exceeded expectations. Graham thought she was effortlessly good, and I agree. She cracked them up. I mean, she just cracks them up just being her, and I'm really glad that she's able to do that. Like, it's great. They appreciate Tessa not giving up on the roast, and they love her look, but obviously wasn't her finest moment. And then Queen, I got emotional, Jane, with Michelle. Michelle was like, I just have seen you grow, and just seeing you elevated like this makes me so happy. And then Graham piled in with positive praise. I was like, what is happening? I've just never seen this love for any queen from our little humble show, really made me like a little bit proud.
She's poised, she's ready for it, and it's just so exciting. I'm so excited for Queen Kong. It's really cool.
Smashed it. Back on the main stage, Nalenia, Alyssa, Kitty, and Queen get praise, but Kitty and Queen share the win, which I was a bit like,
Boo.
Yeah.
Because also, like, Kitty won last week, and yes, Queen has a lot of wins
too. Yeah.
And maybe they're trying to sort of keep it a little bit like, so it's not like someone's running away with it. But really, with the story that you told, this is not her win.
I agree.
It is Queen's win.
And like in confessional, Kitty's like, oh, how great to share it with Queen. I'm like, I don't buy that. I think she's pissed.
And I don't know why, because she just didn't do as well. Like, watch the tapes. Watch
Yeah.
the tapes. I wonder how they feel later, because
Uh,
it's so different performing, and then you
like, it
don't even
was
get to see it
like,
for
she
a
was
year.
good too. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Tessa T is safe, that is the bit that is sending people online.
Yeah.
I think everyone thought that Pathia should have been safe and Tessa and Vanity should have been on. But I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting to mix it up. I just wasn't expecting. I thought when Vanity and Pathia were in the bottom, I thought Vanity was going home.
Yeah. 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 The thing with Pathia is like she wasn't rising to the
Yeah.
things, even though she's such an amazing queen, while Tessa
Mm-hmm.
keeps surprising us and delighting us in the show,
Tessa's
even if
also
she's not
giving,
always delivering.
Tessa's giving sound bites. She's giving confessional.
Yeah.
Pathia is not. I think that definitely had to
Yeah.
come into it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly,
But
Pathia's just
this
not
lip
not made
sync,
for TV, but I think she is the most talented artist.
incredible. This lip sync, but
Uh,
like, whoa. Vanity, like, wow.
it was amazing. Also, to give a Celine song to the Canadian girl, I was like, "Here you go." I just immediately was like, "Well, she's won." And then, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I Vanity did it again, but like, they could have gone either way for me. I definitely don't think she like killed it.
They did the edit that she
Mm-hmm,
killed
mm-hmm.
it. I mean, I think she got that emotion of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
song, and I think she's really good at. And she did like some pretty amazing moves that there's
yeah.
no way
No,
Pathia could have even done it in
you're
that
right.
outfit. So I think Pathia was a little bit reserved, and it made
Yeah.
sense. It was her time to, you know, it's like, you can do the Zeus thing, and we know that you're a clean, go now, go now. And, I feel like it
Mm.
kind of makes sense in some
To
ways, even though I was like sort of shocked
totally
that she was leaving at the same time.
to get sent home in that look as well. Wow. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jean, there is 4 episodes left.
Wow. Wow.
So we have
I mean,
2 episodes of our pod. How you
we,
feeling?
I'm feeling good about Global. I mean, it's a strange, as you said, alternate reality, parallel universe kind of version of Drag Race, but like I'm enjoying seeing what they come up with.
Mhm.
So, who is going to make it until top 3? I don't know,
Do
but
you think it'll just
I'm
be the
excited.
Rue girls at the end? The
I hope not,
the
but
Orcus
like,
Caucus?
yeah, well, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna
I'm
have to see.
hoping that
There's a few
Nelenia.
episodes
I'm
left.
hoping that Nelenia goes to the end. I think she deserves it. She's definitely
I
like,
I
yeah,
I think it could be Nelly and Queen, and then it's just like, who's that third spot?
yeah.
And I think but we'll see. Look, there's 4 episodes left. Anything can
I
happen.
would love an Alyssa bomb and removal, but that, yeah, because she's been kind of like safe for a while now. So,
I wonder if they'll do that whole like, we're doing a top 4 or something.
oh,
Like, I think,
totally, yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We will see. Well, I'll talk to you about it
I can't
then.
wait, babe. Bye bye.
Bye.